Hello, my name's Elise Burns-Hill, and in this video, we're going to look at the Kickstart scheme. My mouse works. So the agenda is what the Kickstart scheme is and what it can offer your business, the requirements for the placements, how to get applicants for your placements, and the employability support plan. So first of all, I'm just going to introduce myself and my company. So we're an accountancy firm based in Hampshire. We work with clients mainly through the south of the UK, but a few further up north as well. We're a friendly bunch working mainly from our office in Joxford. Here, there's nobody else in at the moment. They're all sensible and have gone home. My name, as I said before, is Elise Burns-Hill. I'm the Managing Director of SGW Accountancy Services. We are an approved gateway for the Kickstart scheme, working with the government. So what is the Kickstart scheme? Well, basically, it's a £2 billion pot of money that the Chancellor put in place as part of his plan for jobs, focusing on young people. It provides a 6-month placement for 16 to 24-year-olds currently claiming universal credit. And it provides funding for 25 hours per week at national minimum wage for the age group that the person is, the Kickstarter is. I should have deleted that line. This is from an older presentation, but it begins in autumn 2020, or it began in autumn 2020, with the expected first starts happening within a couple of months after that. Everything did go quite slowly at the beginning of the scheme, but they seem to have got their processes in place now. So applications can be made directly by the employer to DWP, or it can be done through an approved gateway like us. The benefit of doing it through a gateway is you've always got somebody to contact and talk through the next steps. We hold your hand all the way through. So what funding is available and does it cost you anything? So 100% of the relevant national minimum wage for 25 hours per week, and that includes employer national insurance contributions and the auto enrolment costs. That's all covered as part of the funding for the grant. The employer may top up either the wage or the number of hours, but anything extra you'll have to pay yourselves. You won't get additional funding for that. The majority of under 18s will still be in full-time education. So realistically, we're actually looking at mainly 18 to 24-year-olds. But if you do take on an under 18, remember that there will be additional safeguarding requirements, same as there would be for any employee. There's also a £1,500 per job placement for setup costs, support, training. So that can be paying for training courses for your Kickstarter. It can be getting a computer in place. It can be getting any other equipment, maybe safety equipment that might be relevant for the job role. That £1,500 is supposed to cover all of that. There are no extra costs. We are not charging to put this application in for you. We do get, at the beginning it was called representative, it's now called gateway, funding of £300 per placement to support with the associated administrative costs that we put into running this for you. So I'm an accountant, so I like to play with numbers. So we'll look at how many young people the Kickstart scheme will actually help. So according to the Department of Work and Pensions, DWP, about 700,000 young people are set to leave full-time education this year. 1.6 million young people are currently furloughed. These numbers are back from the back end of last year, so October time. That was the numbers currently furloughed. I think that will be less now. When is it now? August, middle of August. And there are 250,000 under 25s claiming unemployment benefits since March. Again, that was in the 6 months from March 2020 through to October time 2020. So working with those numbers, it's probably going to be costing between £6,000 and £7,000 per 6-month placement. And with a £2 billion pot of money, that's going to be between 330,000 and 400,000 placements. I don't actually know what the up-to-date figures are of how many placements they've placed at the moment, so I might see if I can find that out. So how would Kickstart help your business? basically it's free staff to help you out with your jobs for 6 months. Well, it will be 6 months now. When you first started, if you'd taken on a 6-month Kickstart, you would have had time to take on a second one. Now, at the moment, the rules are that they have to have started by the 31st of December. So if you're going to run them at the same time, then you could have potentially several, depending on how many you can cope with, but you can't have them one after the other now because there's not enough time to get the second one in place before the end of December. So you could use that opportunity for catching up on admin tasks, digitizing records, that's what we're going to be doing, assisting with your business services, business growth, so marketing, sales, etc. It could be anything, really, anything that you can think of that would help your business. But there are a few requirements in place. So it must be a new job. So it can't be replacing existing or planned vacancies, and it can't be causing any existing employees or contractors to lose their job or reduce their hours. It should not require people to undertake extensive training. So, for example, I couldn't put out onto the Kickstart scheme for a qualified accountant. That's expecting people to have gone through a certain amount of training before they come to me. But I could put out for a bookkeeper or somebody who is interested in starting in bookkeeping and train them up a little bit. But I would have to provide that training. It's a minimum of 25 hours per week. So that is the minimum that you can do, but you could have more hours. So you could have them 30 hours or 35 hours. You must provide the participants with employability support. I haven't got a slide specifically on that, but basically employability support will be things like helping them get their CV organised. It will be helping them understand what it's like working in an office environment. It will be helping them get some training on some soft skills, communicating, all that sort of thing that you don't necessarily learn at school, but you will start to pick up once you come out into the working environment. You'll also need to be able to demonstrate how the jobs offered are quality placements. They need to offer meaningful and suitable employment, which offer clear benefits to participant. So basically, they're 6 months working with you. They need to be able to put something on their CV that people go, that's useful. So that's the aim of this scheme. It's also worth bearing in mind all your standard employment compliance. So your health and safety policies, your employer liability insurance, your risk assessments for any vulnerable groups, so at the under 18s, and any DBSs that you might need in place for working with 16, 17-year-olds. That's by no means an exhaustive list, but that covers, I think, some of it. So how can you get applicants for the placements? So once the application is accepted by DWP and it's been approved, the job descriptions will go through to the job centre and it'll be uploaded at the job centre. A work coach at the job centre will select several suitable young people who are at risk of long-term unemployment but are ready for work. And those people will be referred through to the employers for their selection process. So you'll receive the email as a referral. You'll then need to wait for the applicant to send you an email or phone you or whatever your application process was that you specified in the job description. So it might be fill out form online if you've got something on your website, or most people have been sending me a CV through email. So you'll get that information, and then it's just treat it like a normal recruitment process. Interview if that's what you're going to do, whatever your process is. You choose those people, and then obviously the whole system starts. But you can rely purely on the job centre work coach just referring them. That does come through, but there are also a few things that we can do to help facilitate that process. We have got as I say, the next point, a Facebook group called UK Kickstart Scheme, Jobs for 16 to 24, which we're running social media campaigns around with your job roles, if you're happy for us to do that. We're putting all that information out, sharing it widely, trying to get information, people attracted to those roles so that they can go through the job centre and apply. And the other thing that we can do is put you in touch directly with the job centres so that you can share a little bit more information about your roles and about you as a business and about you as a person, and they can actually organise a time for you to come into the job centre and maybe meet 3 or 4 people that could be relevant for the role. So there's a few things that we can do to help expedite that process and make sure you get some good people. The employability support plan, we've partnered with the Kickstart portal to provide cost-effective online training programs that meet the DWP's requirement for training. That includes the actual online training courses, so videos and things. It includes a mentoring service and any wraparound support that's required. All the Kickstart portal packages are priced to stay within the £1,500 grant that's available. So it's not going to cost you anything directly, but obviously it will come out of that £1,500 grant. So whatever's left is what you're left to do any other training or anything else that you want to work with people on. And there, as I say, there are different levels depending on where you need assistance. Of course, you can provide that employability training yourself. You don't have to take out a package. There isn't a specific guideline about what that needs to cover, but there are loads of people offering employability packages now. So you could just see what these packages are offering and then put together your own training plan effectively. DWP do occasionally do audits. So you just need to make sure that you're keeping track and have some records to show DWP should they ever come knocking and ask for more information on how you're supporting your Kickstarters. So if you would like any more information, please contact us on kickstart@sgwaccountancy.co.uk, or you can give us a call on 01489 232 782. And it's likely that Susan will answer your call and she'll be able to give you any assistance that you need. But of course, I'm here as well, should Susan not be around to answer your call. And that's it. I shouldn't have done that. There we go. As I say, any more questions, feel free to contact us. And that's where I say goodbye. Thanks for listening. Bye.